Hey everyone, it's Queen Light 1111. I have a huge reading for you guys. This is the after full moon reading, and there's a lot going on. I had to do a lot of different clarifiers. I almost decided to like chuck this reading because there was this just a lot. But as I kind of got through it and as I started to clarify it, there's a lot happening around walking away from things and behaviors and different patterns that are not serving this collective couple. Okay, there's a lot that has happened since the moon. We've got the moon as the bottom of the deck for the masculine's clarifiers. We also got the moon, I'm sorry, the sun then in the message from spirit, and then we have the moon again in the bottom of the deck for the oracle of mermaids. And then we've got the moon coming up a lot throughout this entire reading. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 13 decks, okay? And I haven't really channeled this just yet because I want to do it real time while this happens live. So just bear with me, okay? So no executive summary yet. We're going to go through this and then you will see the theme, but it's definitely moon related. And what we have used is the before tarot for what was going on before the moon. And then we have the current energy and then kind of the after energies. We have overall energy at the top, current and future energies. And then we have messages from spirit. We have messages from the masculine. And yeah, we've got lots of clarifiers today. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I begin, just want to let you guys know if you want to book your own personal reading with me, please go to queenoflight1111.com and I'm happy to work with you there. So again, go to queenoflight1111.com and I have my list of services available there. Just as a reminder, I do not do video recordings. All sessions are either over the phone or through Skype. If you're international, Skype is the only option, and that's clearly listed on the website. So just letting you guys know that. So again, if you want your own personal reading, go to queenoflight1111.com. Let's go ahead and get started. Overall energy, the theme for the masculine's overall energy is the Empress. So the divine feminine is what he is really contemplating, what he's thinking about, and he's all of his actions and what he is thinking and feeling has to do with his Empress, okay? His clarifiers throughout his spread is the moon because some stuff went down during the moon, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you guys communicated and something happened. It doesn't also have to be that you, did anything. It's the moon cycle. Things get released, new beginnings. We have a lot of different things that happen during the moon, and as related to the masculine, a lot happened during the moon for him. Either he's released stuff or he's come to new ideas or new thoughts or feelings around his Empress, okay, around his divine feminine. And for our feminine here, her overall energy is that she is the magician. She is the magician. She wants to manifest something in her life. She's got all the tools and the resources in order to do so. And she too has a card, not the moon, but this is Temperance. But if you look at this picture, she is healing herself in the moon's energy. So in that pre-moon reading that I read, that I posted on YouTube, it was very much about this tempering of water, this balance that was going to be created during the moon's energy. I hope you guys can see that. There's this woman sitting there on the floor under the moon, and she's tempering the water. So temperance is all about healing. It's about patience. And there's a lot to heal. There's a lot to heal around Seven of Swords here with these guys, okay? So, yeah, I don't know, man. It was very interesting. I was like, God, should I just check it? But I just don't feel like doing that. I feel like I needed to share the message. And if it resonates with one person, then that's fine. If it resonates with a lot of you, great. But I just feel like I just wanted to honor source and spirit and the message is this. So he is very much in his overall energy. He's gone through some sort of change, some sort of awakening. Something happened during the moon around his Empress. For her, she is the magician. She has all the tools and the resources in which to proceed in her life through this healing that has occurred for her in the moon. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get started with his overall energy. I had to clarify almost every card for him because I was like, the devil came out in every section of this reading. The devil, it came out in every section. Here's what I'm getting for that card. The devil is the shadow side to the lovers, okay? So in the lovers, you view this connection as divine and spiritual. And in the devil card, when you see the lovers, and it's come out in 3D, and I'll show you when we get there. There's just too many cards in front of this. But it's the shadow side, so it's like bound energy, like you feel stuck to the connection. It's also very 3D, it's very physical. So you have the light and the dark, and it's a balance of the light and the dark of this connection. And it's come up in his 3D space, okay? What was going on with him during the moon's energy. And it's very much that he's like, this is a spiritual connection. And then right in the middle, we have the Six of Cups, which is he's wanting union. And then he's got the devil right after that. And it's like, how am I feeling so stuck to her? So it's very, very interesting about what has happened with this moon, okay? This moon has been very significant for this collective. So I'd be very interested in knowing if that is the case for all of you, okay? Because it's definitely done something to this collective couple, okay? So in the overall energy, first card out for him is Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about coming into a better cycle. This is also about, karmics flying off, right? Old situations, old people, things, situations, all kind of cycling out. This is like lesson being learned. Okay, I'm channeling this real time. Lesson being learned. What was the lesson that he's learned? Is that not only is she my divine connection with the lovers, but there's some feeling of being bound to her with this devil card, with the devil's energy. So this Wheel of Fortune came out. I said, all right, what is this Wheel of Fortune? What's the karmic lesson? What's changing? The lovers. This divine connection is now changing for him. So I said, okay, so Wheel of Fortune, the next card that comes out is the devil. So now we have the Wheel of Fortune, the lovers, and the devil. And I said, what is it about this devil? What is he stuck to? King of Wands. King of Wands shows up as the bottom of the deck for his head, heart, and 3D space. So he's really wanting to stand in his power. He's wanting to make decisions. The King of Wands is ambitious. He's passionate. He's a leader. He wants to move forward. He doesn't want to be stuck. So he's in this like energy of, let's change the cycle. Let me learn the lesson about this connection. But like, lo and behold, I feel also stuck to this connection. How do I move forward? The next card after that is, hold on, look at the wrong set of cards, sorry, is the Fool. And so this is about him wanting a new beginning. I didn't feel like I wanted to clarify that. I feel like his new beginning and his overall energy is like, God, I'm like in love with her, but I can't get rid of her energetically, okay? Because I feel like they're not really in communication. Eight of Wands came out a bunch of times, but so did the High Priestess. So I feel like communication is guarded and communication needs to be healed within this connection at this time, because I feel like that's what got him into this mess in the first place. So Wheel of Fortune, want to get into a better time. We are learning lessons. And karmics are flying off. And so what clarifies that is the lover. So he's starting to understand the connection. The devil card clarified by the King of Wands, which is like, I'm stuck. I feel bound. It's also a sense of physical energy, especially when it's clarified by the King of Wands, because he's the most passionate king in the deck. And so it's just like, I want to unchain myself. I want to break out of it. And I want to have a new beginning. But then he got the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords came out 2 times for her. So he's like, but I'm withholding something. Okay, so he's withholding. What is he withholding? This desire for a new beginning and union. He's not sharing it because they're not communicating. So I said, all right. So then the next card comes out, Eight of Cups. And I said, what is he? So Eight of Cups is a card about, I've had this cup, this cup, this cup, this cup. Nothing has satisfied me. I'm looking for my happiness. What is it? What is he moving towards? He wants to move towards success, Six of Wands. And I said, all right, what's this success about? coming forward with the truth. Knight of Swords. It's so funny. This is also the last card that comes out in the future energies. It's like he knows he's deceiving himself if he can think he can have a new beginning without sharing that with her or withholding that information, because she's like got 8 of Cups too. She wants to walk away as well. So this overall energy, as I'm channeling it real time, is that he's coming into this cyclical change, okay? There's been some sort of shift in the moon's energy, and in the moon with this clarifier is he's realized that this is a divine connection. He realizes that he needs to take action towards it. He realizes he wants a new beginning and he wants union. He realizes he wants success. And he wants to move forward, but he also knows he needs to come forward with the truth, right? Those are the clarifiers for the overall energy as related to the moon as the bottom of the deck. Then as related to the Empress as the bottom of his overall energy is he knows he wants to get into a better cycle. He's feeling stuck. He feels like this new beginning is stuck, and he's withholding, and he wants to walk away from this withholding of what he wants, which is the new beginning with his Empress, okay? Hope that made sense. So now for her bottom of the deck, like I told you, is the Magician, and her clarifiers is Temperance, healing under the moon. So what do we have for her? So it's really interesting. They're very, very much mirroring each other, okay? So for her, first card out for her is the Devil card. So she's like this mermaid trapped in this box, okay? She's feeling very bound, and she's feeling like she's stuck. She's feeling stuck. She's feeling in her overall energy, she's stuck. But remember, she's the Magician, okay? And she's healing. So she knows she can manifest her way out of it if she stands in her power. So I said, okay, what's the Devil about? Chariot. She wants to move out of it, just like what I just said, right? So she wants to move out of this cage, and she wants the truth. Move forward with the truth, right? Knight of Swords matches his clarifier for the 8 of Cups. He wants to move forward with the truth, and she feels like she wants to the only way she can get out of this, not the only way. The way that she'd like to get out of this is by receiving the truth, okay? So we have the Devil clarified by the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. So then we get the Sun card. She's looking for illumination from her Emperor that's in her overall energy. So we're matching again. Emperor, Empress. Emperor, Empress, right? So the Empress is in his energy. Emperor is in her energy. And so she's feeling stuck. She wants to move forward, but she wants the truth. She's starting to be illuminated about that. And she knows she needs this Emperor to provide some of that illumination. But in the meantime, 9 of Swords. She's stressed out. She's stressed out about what? Page of Swords. What she's seeing. She may be snooping on social media. And so what does that do? That keeps her stuck. 8 of Swords. So remember, this Devil's energy, she's trapped. She's trapped because she's keeping herself stuck by either reflecting too much or reflecting on the past, replaying the same story over and over again. You know, she's keeping herself stuck by her observation, and so it stresses her out and it keeps her in the Devil's energy. So what keeps him in the Devil's energy is like he doesn't feel like he can get out of it because he's withholding his information too, right? He's not necessarily saying, I want this new beginning, I want structure and stability, I want union, and he's not necessarily coming forward with the truth. He wants to move forward to it, but in this overall energy, they're very much feeling stuck, and she's feeling stuck. And this is 8 of Swords. This is self-imprisonment, okay? So she's put herself there based on what she's been observing, and she's put herself in this box, in this Devil's trap, and she's like, I need the truth. So her last card out, Ace of Pentacles. She wants a new beginning. She just wants to start fresh, just like he does with the Fool's energy. She's got the Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, new opportunities in her world. This is her overall energy, and he's got the Fool. I gotta tell you guys, he feels a little higher vibe than our feminine. I feel like our feminine has released a lot of pain, a lot of things that she was holding on to, and you'll see that as we start to go through this. But I just feel like our masculine's really rising up because he's had this major moon shift through this last full moon. And remember, it was in Libra, so it's balancing things out. What is the balance card in the tarot? Justice. Justice comes out in the future. But there's a lot of healing happening a lot of healing, and she's releasing some of these negative things that she was thinking about, and he's awakening to the positivity of this connection. So that's that lovers and devil balance, okay? So again, let's just go through this. For her, bottom of the deck, what this was: temperance, healing in the moon, which is this wanting to move forward, get out of a box, receive truth, right? She's healing this observation of him and keeping herself stuck. That is what she's healing. And in her overall energy, what does she want to manifest? You know, she's feeling a little stuck. She wants to see the light again around her emperor, but she's feeling a little haunted, and so she's desiring a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. Where is he in his head space when he thinks about his feminine? Bottom of the deck for the before tarot for both of them is pain. 9 of Swords. The wounds are fresh. So before the moon's energy, the wounds were fresh. The wounds were really fresh. Look, I mean, look at her. She's in the devil's energy. He's in the devil's energy. She's feeling trapped. He's, you know, he's withholding that he wants something high vibe, okay? And she, you know, he wants to walk away, walk towards something, and she wants to basically kind of maybe walk away just in general. So it's interesting as we're going to go through this, when you see in the before tarot that they've retreated from each other because these wounds are fresh, and these wounds came from communication, and we'll see that in the current connective energy when we get to it, is that this was a piercing. This communication, whatever interaction, whatever it was, has pierced them, but it's helped them. It's helped them shift into this new energy, this new cycle with the Wheel of Fortune. And so right now they are just healing. In the after tarot, here we go. Healing. See? God, I just didn't even know that I just did that because I wasn't paying attention. So here we have 9 of Swords. The blood is fresh on the swords, okay? Because Queen of Swords came out. She used her sword. He used whatever. The wounds are fresh. In the after tarot, they're healing, and she's back again. She's back again to get, you know, because they've both healed. There's 2 people in this card. So we've pierced each other before the moon. After the moon, we've had healing. I'm telling you, moon. Moon is his clarifier. Temperance as hers. Major stuff went down during the moon's energy, okay? So, his theme for his space in his head, heart, and 3D is that he wants to be this King of Wands. Where is this King of Wands in his spread, in his overall energy? He wants to just be not stuck anymore, because the 9 of Swords is under it, right? Because he's stressed out. There's stress in the system. Her theme for her and what is going on in her spaces, she wants to move on too. And the bottom, and the next card after that is the King of Swords. Like, she's like, I need you to be the King of Swords if we're going to be together again. These are the things I'm healing. I'm trying to unstuck myself, and I want to move forward. So we've got the King of Wands, him coming into his power, taking direction, getting himself unstuck. And for her, it's about, I just want to move forward. And if you're going to come back, my Emperor, my masculine, please be the King of Swords. All right. So now, where are we? Where are we with him, with the divine masculine in his head space? Where are we in his head space? I will tell you. So before, he was kind of like, you know, he was viewing her as the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups comes out in the heart space. So he knows that she's compassionate. He knows that she's loving, okay? He knows that she's emotional. He knows that, you know, she's emotional in a good way and a bad way. She can be vulnerable and she can be harsh, right? And maybe a little bit of imbalance, but he still sees her as a very, very loving queen. So now, where is he? What is he? How is he seeing her today? Queen of Swords. Because why? We had this piercing. He's remembering these things. These are the things that he's healing about his Empress in the moon's energy. So he's like, I know that she can love me. I know that she does, but here's where we are today. This is the queen that she's embodying today, Queen of Swords. And it was necessary. I said that earlier, because that's where he had his breakthrough. He had his aha moment because she threw down 9 swords, okay? And so he's received some clarity, some truth, and a breakthrough around communication. This is the communication that occurred, that pierced, that created this truth, And now he's wanting this new beginning with the Fool's energy. Came out 2 times in his overall space. He got it here as his overall energy, then he got it as the clarifier to what he is withholding. He wants a new beginning. And then in the after tarot, remember, after we heal, the cycle will change. The wheel will turn and we'll start anew, okay? The cycle will complete out. So listen, I had to clarify the Queen of Swords because the Queen of Cups came out here, the Queen of Cups came out here. But I don't have a Queen of Swords on the table. At least I didn't at that time. So I said it was the Queen of Swords because, you know, we got the Seven of Swords here, new beginnings. Who is she? Well, Queen of Swords is someone he wants to have some sort of long-term commitment with, okay? I said, all right, that's still not enough. What's the Queen of Swords? Queen of Swords was someone that, you know, he wasn't necessarily rejecting her offer, but wasn't exactly taking it either. So I was kind of like, okay, sounds less like third party, because if it was third party, it would be, he would be taking from it. It'd be more of a Three of Cups energy, right? So this is someone he wants to plan long term, but he's kind of looking at this like, you know what? I'm not going to reject it. I'm not going to accept it. And then we got the Devil card, and I said, okay, sounds like it is our feminine, because that's come up already, and the bottom of the deck for that is the Empress. So I said he's feeling bound to this Queen of Swords. He's feeling like this Queen of Swords, what he's thinking about as related to her, is really keeping him stuck, okay? What she said to him is keeping him stuck, and that's why he's closed off. So I said, all right, one more card, Queen of Swords. And I said, okay, well, shit, now we got another Queen of Swords. So let's clarify. Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords already came up around this Fool's energy and this union that he wants, which he's keeping because she is in the Queen of Swords energy. She's not necessarily very, very vulnerable, right? So he was seeing her as the Queen of Cups. And so now that she's, you know, used her Queen of Swords personality, she's not necessarily vulnerable. So he's like, I'm not going to go to the Queen of Swords and tell the Queen of Swords I want a new beginning and I want union with her. I said, listen, Spirit, I need one last card. Who the hell is this Queen of Swords? High Priestess. Okay, that's a 5D feminine. There's a lot around communication or lack thereof. So there we go. It's the High Priestess, and it came out here again in his heart space, the High Priestess. So I know the Queen of Swords, the High Priestess. I have to do that, guys, because, you know, we get Seven of Swords, we get other cards. I got to make sure that it's not third party. So I said, all right, clarify, please, what the Wheel of Fortune is. What does he want to move towards? What does he want to move to, right? Where does he want the cycle to go? Nine of Cups. He wants to fulfill his wish. What's his wish? He wants a new beginning. He wants union. Where is she? In her head space when she thinks about her masculine. A lot of mirroring here, which is another reason why I know it's between this Queen of Swords is the feminine. Ten of Cups, but this is the before. So do you see what happens here? There's rain. There's no rainbow. They're like running away. So in the before tarot, this Ten of Cups is like somebody has rained on my parade. She's sad. She's sad in the moon's energy. She was like, I'm looking at things and it's not making sense. It's stressing me out. I'm feeling stuck. Where's the truth with my emperor, right? And that's what she was healing. This was in the before the moon. She was feeling pretty sad. She was feeling pretty sad. Somebody rained on her emotional bliss, okay? Perhaps she even rained on her own emotional bliss based on her own trapping. Remember this Eight of Swords, and her stress. Nine of Swords is clarified by the Page of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Her observation, her self-imprisonment. So she's rained on her own parade. She's healing that, okay? So what's the first card that came out when I said, where is she now? Emperor. She's still very much thinking about her emperor. When she thinks about her emperor, he is first in line in her headspace, okay? He's very much in her head, in her energy. And what does she want? She wants to move forward, right? She wants to move forward. She wants to get out of this conflict. Five of Wands. I said, what is this conflict about? Eight of Wands. The conflict is about communication. Eight of Wands came out here in his headspace because he's gotten clarity, because the Queen of Swords spoke her truth about what he was withholding. She didn't know he was withholding. He wanted a new beginning. She didn't know. So she's like, my parade is rained on, or as related to my emperor. I want to move into something smoother, but I have inner conflict based on this conversation that we had, okay? Based on this communication. And so she's kind of like, I don't know which road to take. Two of Wands. She's really planning her next move around this partnership. And I said, okay, what happens in the after tarot? Eight of Wands. So I don't know if this means that she's going to communicate or if he's going to communicate. I don't know. I don't know. And I didn't want to clarify it because then people are going to ask me, oh, well, Queen of Light, should I reach out? Should he reach out? I don't want to answer that question. I just feel like next week, maybe it will reveal itself. But right now, there is an energy of communication. And right now, this communication is a conflict, is a problem at this time. So once a decision is made, I don't know which way the communication is going to go. I don't know if he's going to come forward because he's got Knight of Swords energy. He might. Or I don't know if she's going to do it. I don't know yet, and I don't like to not provide clarity. But the last time I did that, too many people asked me, should I, shouldn't I? And so I'm just not going to address it. I'm just going to say that there is an energy around movement forward and around communication. So we'll leave it at that. That is in what is in the headspace. So now when he is in his heart space for his feminine, where is he? When he feels for his feminine, where is he? First card out, King of Swords. Remember, this King of Swords is right underneath here, under the Chariot. She's saying, if you're going to come to me, you got to match me. So this is where he was before. He was trying to come forward with the truth, okay? But she used the sword before he could do that. And I'm not blaming this. Maybe this didn't happen this way. That's why I said, again, maybe this is not going to resonate. But this is the way I'm reading it because that's the way I'm channeling it. And so there was this desire for him to be rooted in the truth. Take the sword that is now in his energy now that he knows if he wants this, he's got to come forward. So I feel like he was preparing to come forward, but maybe it didn't happen soon enough for her. And she was like, boom, I'm going to use the swords and I'm going to be the Queen of Swords. Right? But it helped anyway. Because remember, the things that you do if you're in a twin flame connection, you can't screw it up. You can't screw it up. The divine is going to assist. And so maybe it didn't go exactly the way, but it still went back to this. He still received clarity. He still had his aha moment. So it didn't kill the connection. All right. If you jumped the gun, it didn't kill the connection. So the King of Swords, this is where he was. He was getting ready to come forward, but it wasn't quick enough for our feminine. Okay. So what happens? The sun. It's okay. See, the sun still comes out. The sun is a match to her overall energy. It's like, you know, we're fighting, but we're still seeing each other very positively. We're still being enlightened. We're still seeing things. We're still feeling positively in our heart space. Her overall energy is she's still trying to be positive about her emperor, and he's still trying to be positive about her, right? Because he knows that, yeah, she's the Queen of Swords, but she's also the Queen of Cups. He's seen that side of her, so he knows that she doesn't stay there. So now he's still seeing her positively. Knight of Swords again. In his heart, he knows it's a dupe to his overall energy. He knows he needs to come forward with the truth. But right now, Four of Swords, he's healing. And remember, he'll take action in the after tarot with his Four of Swords. But right now, he's healing his heart. He's healing his heart because he's trying to get all his tools and resources together so that he can manifest something and that matches the magician in her overall energy. Lots of mirroring. And so he's healing. He's healing so that he can get all of his stuff together, right? His wand, his pentacle, his cup, his sword. He wants to get it all together. And then what happens in the after tarot? He will heal. He'll move forward to his High Priestess. Where's the High Priestess? Clarified by the Queen of Swords. The High Priestess is wise, man. The High Priestess is wise. She's knowledgeable. And in the after tarot, she's spoken. And who spoke? The Queen of Swords spoke. So here we have, that's how I know the Queen of Swords is my feminine. He knows he's going to go within. She's gone within. He's going to match her. But right now, that High Priestess is a little guarded, but he still is nostalgic. He still wants reunion with her. Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a dupe to his 3D space as well. So now where are we here in her heart space? Okay, so in her heart space, first card out, Eight of Cups. So she wasn't really ready to let go before the moon, but the moon has helped her release, right? She's still looking at the old stuff. She's still kind of replaying things. She's still drinking that Kool-Aid of pain. She's drinking the Kool-Aid of pain, okay? She hasn't necessarily let go, but this moon's energy, temperance, has helped her let go of this, you rained on my parade, let go of this conflict that is in her headspace, let go of these thoughts and this observation of him that is keeping her trapped, that is keeping her stressed. So in her heart, she was still drinking that Kool-Aid of pain. I clarified that. What is this Kool-Aid of pain with the 8 of Cups? 4 of Cups matches this Queen of Swords clarifier, which is like, he knows that she was closed. She wasn't ready to accept him or receive him either. So this is what was getting healed. She's still drinking the Kool-Aid. She's not happy. She's looking at the spilled milk. Where is she today? Remember, 4 of Cups came up as a clarifier to our beautiful Queen of Swords. So she's drinking the Kool-Aid. What's the Kool-Aid about? I'm reliving my old pain. I am looking at the spilled milk. I'm not seeing that the universe is trying to deliver something to me, okay? Because I'm too impatient. I gotta say it, too impatient. Temperance is also a card of patience. She's getting a little impatient. She's been on the journey for a while, okay? So where is she right now in her heart space? Knight of Cups. She wants to move forward. She wants an offer, okay? But she knows this offer is stuck. 2 of Swords is a stalemate. She knows. She knows that this offer is stuck. And here's the offer that is stuck, the Ace of Pentacles, which is a dupe to her overall energy. So she wants this movement forward that is stuck. This offer is stuck, okay? And then here she is. These 2 cards flew out together, Queen of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. And it's like she's in her emotional side, in her heart space, which is where the Queen of Cups should be, but she's feeling a little rejected. She's feeling a little rejected. She's feeling a little left out in the cold because he hasn't moved forward towards her, because this 2 of Swords is stuck between the offer and the actual offer. And so she's just kind of like, I don't know if this is going to happen. This is where she's feeling today. So what's going to happen in the after tarot? 10 of Cups. And I said, what is this 10 of Cups about? Because remember, we started with the 10 of Cups. Somebody rained on my parade, right? So once she stops drinking that rain on my parade Kool-Aid, she gets the 10 of Cups. Why? What is this 10 of Cups about? I clarified 8 of Cups. Because she walked towards her happiness. She's leaving this pain behind. She's done drinking that Kool-Aid. She's going to walk towards her happiness, and she gets it. 10 of Cups in her heart space. She's got to release the old pain. That's what was happening. That's what she's doing in this Temperance card. She's pouring out the stuff in the moon's energy to heal herself so there could be movement forward, okay? So now where are we in the 3D space for him? In the 3D space, again, I mean, this guy, he's doing pretty well, you know? I mean, I'm actually kind of proud of this masculine, to be honest. He's getting much more enlightened. And I know for those of you who have been on the journey for a while, you'll be like, yeah, whatever, Queen of Light. But you know what? I just feel like he is moving forward. We don't see it, but he is abandoning this crap behavior. And she's starting to abandon and release the pain from that behavior, okay? I'm not condoning anything. All I'm saying is he's getting rid of it. And she needs to stop retelling that story to herself. This 8 of Cups, drinking from the 8 of Cups here in the before and being unhappy. It's like she wanted to be in her unhappiness. It's time to let that go so you can actually walk towards your happiness. All right, where was he before the moon? Not quite aware, not quite in his clarity. Remember, now he's in his Ace of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords used her swords, now he's enlightened because he's like, I want to come forward with the truth. I want to walk towards my truth. I want to be successful. His 8 of Cups is about being successful and moving towards the truth, right? And her 8 of Cups is moving towards her happiness, which is him. They are both each other's happiness. This Wheel of Fortune that he got, he wants to move towards his divine partner. That is his wish. That is his personal wish. That is the clarity that he received through this crap communication that they had, that he wants a new beginning with her. So before, in the before tarot, he was starting to get enlightened. He was really suspended. He was waking up. Remember, he was like trying to come forward, but she didn't give him quite the opportunity, okay? He was waking up. So where is he now? Lovers. He wants to choose this connection. That is what he wants to cycle to, this connection. He wants reunion. 6 of Cups. It's a match to the clarifier with his High Priestess. but he's seeing that he is stuck to her as well. He's like, I feel light about her. She's divine partner, but man, she brings up some stuff in me. Okay, so we've got the devil's energy that bookends. We have the lovers, Six of Cups, the devil. That's how we got it. He's like, she is my divine connection. She is my soul connection. We've got the light side of this connection and the dark side of this connection, right? With anything, there's the light and the dark. And he's like, I want it. I want it both. In the 3D, that's what he's saying. I want both. I want both. I'll take both. And then, so we've got, he's waking up. He wants the connection. He wants reunion. He's feeling bound. Six of Wands. Remember, it's a dupe to his Eight of Cups. He's moving towards success. He wants to be successful. He wants to move towards his queen with the truth, and he wants to move towards his happiness. So Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, Knight of Swords in his overall energy that has to do with the moon and the Empress. He wants to move towards his happiness. He wants to move towards success. So I said, all right, what happens in the after tarot? These two cards flew out together. He starts, so in this traditional card, things are off balance, right? He's juggling, doesn't know what to do, but this is the after tarot. Things get balanced out. He starts walking towards who? His Queen of Swords, who showed him the way, all right? So I had to clarify this devil card. I'm like, what is this devil card about? Well, the devil card is, these two cards came out together. Balance things out, justice. Remember, we're in the moon of Libra. The bottom of the deck for his clarifiers was moon. He wants to balance things out. He wants to move into a better time. Remember, where did this card come out? Wheel of Fortune with the lovers. He wants to choose the connection. I said, okay, one more card. Who is it? Queen of Pentacles. And I was like, oh my God. But the Queen of Pentacles is our feminine because she came out as the Queen of Pentacles in the 3D. She's the 3D Queen of Pentacles. So this devil, oh man, I'm balancing out the light and dark in this connection. I'm seeing that she is somebody that is a divine connection, but I'm also feeling like I'm a little stuck to her. I want the cycle to get into a better time. Where was this cycle card? Lovers again. He's choosing the light side of the connection, grounding his Queen of Pentacles, who came out as the Queen of Swords, who was also the Queen of Cups, who was also the Empress. Because she spoke her truth. She stood in her power, and now he is walking towards her. Now, where are we in her 3D space, okay? I'm telling you, she's just got to let some of this stuff go, man. If you guys are holding on to some old stuff, you gotta dump that Kool-Aid. You've got to dump the Kool-Aid because it's just not good. All right, where was she before? Somebody rained on my parade. I'm repeating an old story. I'm not going to open my heart out. Well, because why? Because he was getting ready to deceive me, but he wasn't feminine. In his heart, he was getting ready to tell the truth, but you have lived in this space before, okay? Because he's been this person before, okay? But he's not necessarily doing this anymore. Now he's just like, man, I can't be vulnerable to the Queen of Swords. I can be vulnerable to the Queen of Cups. I can be vulnerable to the Empress, but the Queen of Swords isn't working for him. But the Queen of Swords educates him. The Queen of Swords makes him smarter. So it helps anyway, but this is where she was at. Feminines, you've got to release this. Have to release this. You're going to manifest it again. So in this before energy, somebody rained on my parade, all my happiness. I'm drinking from the old cups that gave me pain, and I'm closing myself off to love because he's deceived me in the past. I said, all right, I just need, what the hell was this deceit about? Let's figure it out. What was it? Yes, Page of Pentacles and Emperor. Yeah, he did deceive her in the past, but this is old news. Old news, okay? But I'm telling you, if he's still doing it today to you, and you're actually seeing him do it, then take that as a message. But if you are not seeing him do it, then don't make stuff up in your brain about it, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Like, don't play that old video, that old movie over and over and over again. Don't play that old movie over and over and over again. It's not happening today. So this is in her before. Before the moon, she's like, his offer is deceitful. Who's he? The Emperor. Where is she today? Lovers. Match. First card out for him, first card out for her. But for her, it's a little different. She's like, yes, I know he's my divine partner, but he's lied to me. okay? Or he's lying to me. And I said, all right, clarify the Seven of Swords now. What's happening to her now? King of Cups. King of Cups is a match to the Queen of Cups. I said, okay, well, that doesn't really help me. What is the King of Cups? Sun. Starting to see where she might have been in a disillusion. The sun's coming out. The sun came out for her in her overall energy as related to her emperor. She's trying to see him in the light. The sun came out for him in his heart space. He still sees her in the light. And so what we have is the Seven of Swords is like, you know what? He is sensitive. I'm trying to see the light side of him. I said I need another card for the sun. King of Swords. Match to the Queen of Swords. Match to the underlying energy under the Chariot, which is she knows that it will be illuminated that he is the King of Swords. And then wishes come true. Nine of Cups. Just like the Nine of Cups, she is his wish. He is hers. And then two cards flew out together. Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Queen of Pentacles is who he feels bound to. Four of Wands is what he is not telling her. So he's not lying. He's just not telling her that he wants union with her. So that's what happens. What happens in the after tarot? She gets clarity in the truth. And we're cutting ourselves out of this crazy crap trap, right? Because where did it come out? In her overall energy. Nine of Swords, Page of Swords, Eight of Swords. What she's observing is creating her stress and keeping her trapped. But if she really steps into her truth, she cuts herself out, or he helps her cut herself out, but she gets out of it. All right, where are we in the current connective energy? I really wanted to know what the storyline was here, okay? So we've got a lot of cards and clarifiers. So here's what we're going to do. First card out for where they are today. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups. What's underneath that? The Star. And underneath that is the Ace of Pentacles and then the Death card. So we're moving towards our happiness because we're being divinely guided now with the Star's energy for this new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, which is in her space. Eight of Cups, man, came out for his overall energy. Eight of Cups is in her before energy. Eight of Cups is also in another place. Oh, here where she moves towards her happiness. We're moving towards our happiness. That's where the universe is helping us so we can get to this new beginning in the 3D, okay? That's where we're at. So, first card out in what's happening with their connection today. Knight of Swords. People are going to come forward with the truth. I don't know quite who's doing it, but there's this energy and this desire to come forward with the truth. But then we get the Devil card. And I was like, what is stuck? What is stuck now? The new beginning, Ace of Wands. Look at the fires in here too. Like they're super passionate about each other. There's fire here, there's fire here, but it's stuck. One, they're stuck to each other because she's got the devil, he's got the devil, he's got the devil and the lovers. And so they're feeling stuck. They're feeling very like, you know, I can't shake the energy. But what's also being stuck because they're not getting to the light of this is this new beginning between the two of them. So then we have come forward with the truth. This new beginning is stuck because of communication. The communication came out here in the headspace. Communication came out in her headspace. Communication comes out in the after tarot, right? This communication was the challenge. So I said, okay, what is it about the communication? Temperance. This is what is being healed. The words that were spoken, the feelings that were hurt are being healed at this time. Temperance is a dupe to her underlying energy for her clarifiers, which is being healed in the moon. So right now we're healing this communication because we are heartbroken. We pierced ourselves. And remember, 9 swords all have blood on them. So we are healing our hearts. And I said, all right, I just need to make sure that this is pain and not a person. So I said, what's this 3 of Swords about? 4 of Pentacles. It's because this is a card of not sharing. Remember, 4 of Pentacles came out here in his High Priestess, right? Clarified the High Priestess, who he wants union with. It's because she's not really feeling very open and vulnerable, which puts him in the 7 of Swords of not sharing that he wants this union and this new beginning. So what we're healing is this communication because people aren't showing vulnerability, and we're sad because our hearts are pierced. So we're not sharing how we feel. And I said, okay, I need another card. And then I got 3 of Swords again. So that's why we're in pain, because we're not sharing how we feel, because we're trying to pretend to be strong. Strength card. Strength card is a dupe to their future energies. So we've got this desire to come forward with communication and the truth, but we are stuck in this new beginning. We're feeling stuck to each other. We had communication that was painful, that needs to be healed. And what's continues to be painful is that we are not sharing, we are not talking, we are trying to pretend to be strong. This is a little bit of an ego card. This is like, you know, yeah, I'm not going to tell you, I'm sitting in my pride and in my ego. So we're masking our pain. So what happens next? King of Pentacles, right? So we're looking for something stable and solid. This is also the match to the Queen of Pentacles. So now I feel like maybe he's going to be the one that, you know, is like turns into this 3D king now. And he does, because that's the last card out in the future. So he's morphing. He's like the King of Swords. He's the Emperor. He's the King of Wands. He's the Magician. And so there's this desire to come forward with the truth. The new beginning is stuck. We're healing our communication. We're healing our pain, but yet masking at the same time. We're wanting to get into something stable. We want our 3D king to come forward, but there is stress. 9 of Swords. Still makes sense. Some of this 9 of Swords from the before moon is still bleeding into the current energy. I said, okay, tell me, what is this 9 of Swords about? And I got a storyline. Okay, 9 of Swords. What's the stress? Moon. What happened in the moon? He had an awakening. He started to figure out, oh my God, there's something to her. There's something to this connection. There's, you know, I can't shake her. I can't really shake this connection. It's spiritual, but yet I feel bound to it. He's also had this aha moment because she used her Queen of Swords personality in her communication to give him clarity. So there's stress that happened in the moon. And for her, it was like, he's going to deceive me. He's going to lie to me. I'm looking at his social media. I'm keeping myself stuck. And her 9 of Swords is clarified by just that. Page of Swords, 8 of Swords. So there's still stress. There's still stress, okay? They still have stress in the system. And so that is what was being healed in the moon's energy. And so then we have this 3 of Pentacles. In the moon's energy, they learned their lessons, okay? And then we have the 3 of Cups. And I was like, oh man, what's this about? So this is like this kind of casual type of energy. And I said, okay, we're learning lessons about 3 of Cups. What about it? We're walking away from it. Because the stress is, these 2 cards flew out together, 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Because the stress is, we still think that we are in this paradigm, in this story. The stress, the 9 of Swords is that we still think we're being deceived. The 9 of Swords is we're still withholding. The 9 of Swords is we still think there's third parties, and you can clarify the hell out of a reading like I've just done, and there's no third party. It's just over and over again. It keeps showing that. But if she keeps drinking that old Kool-Aid, she's going to manifest that, and he's going to continue to not tell her that he has awakened to this connection. That's what he's going to do. You keep telling that story, he's going to not tell the story. And listen, I'm not blaming you, feminines. I'm just saying this is done. This cycle is over. And as I'm saying this, it's 10-10. It's 10-10. Cycle is over. I think that's synchronistic. So the stress is about what has come out in the moon. It's about lessons being learned. It's about this third-party behavior that we are walking away from, because it's over. It's this 7 of Swords. We're walking away from this deceit. We're walking away from this withholding behavior because it causes too much stress. No one wants to be stressed anymore. All right. So now let's go to messages from the masculine. Bottom of the deck. Oh, bottom of the deck, not only is it 8 of Cups that we're moving away from these things, bottom of the deck for the clarifiers is Judgment, rebirth. You're born after this, right? This whole rebirth and this revival of this connection occurs once we release this crap. All right, so where are we? Messages from the masculine to the feminine. Farewell to the moon. He's saying something went down during the moon. What happened? What went down during the moon? First thing, guide, right? So this message to his, this is the message to the feminine, is that you're a guide. You've guided him to where he can see the beauty of this connection. You're a mentor to him. You've guided him. There's 2 people. This is also a mirror. He knows that you are twins. He's saying, don't give up. Another card of two people. Keep swimming with me. Don't give up. Keep going. Reflection. Another card of 2 people. He's seeing himself in you, and you see yourself in him. Again, I feel like he's been enlightened to this twin concept, or that he is understanding it. And his last message is, he's starting to have psychic images, clairvoyance. He's seeing signs, all because of this moon's energy. He woke up. He woke up to this, that this is a connection, man. Like, he's serious about it in the moon's energy. All right, messages from spirit. What's the bottom of the deck? The sun. The sun has enlightened. The sun has come up a lot of times here. It's here in her overall energy. It's here again in his heart space. And the sun is here in the 3D space for her, which is she's going to start seeing her masculine as this light again. This is what spirit is saying. The light's going to shine. There's going to be success in this connection. First card out. Boy, was this a challenge and an obstacle, okay? Yes, this is the journey. The journey was a challenge. Where are we now? Whip this into shape, people. That's what spirit is saying. That is the, when that card comes out, that's the whip, all right? That's conflict. This is a frenzy. This was, you know, this challenge that we have, this obstacle that we have was around our communication. We had an argument, things were stressful, all right? We cracked the whip on this connection, and it was through communication, but it turned out to be lucky. It did, because it gave him an awakening, and it gave her time to shed, and so now we can have innocence in this connection, a new beginning in this connection, and move forward, because the sun is going to shine again. The sun's going to shine. All right, let's go to future, and that will be the end of the reading. And my throat is dry. All right, let us see what is going on. This just was too much, so I didn't chuck it. Here we go again. Future energy. Bottom of the deck is the strength card. Under that, Five of Pentacles, right? Like, we've got to stop pretending that we're strong. Reject this pretending to be strong. Okay, that's why it's what's keeping us in pain. So in the future, with the Devil card again. So I'm like, well, okay, what is this? What are we feeling bound to? Well, we've learned something. Hermit, we've learned something in this Hermit's energy, that the light is on. Remember, he said you're a guide. First card out, you're a guide. And so this Devil's energy is, we've learned something. She's learned something. He's learned something. In the Hermit's energy, the self-discovery. What do we learn? That through this rejection, okay, from the Queen of Swords, we learned something. We learned that we are bound to this connection. We are, there is a spiritual binding to it, okay? I'm not saying that you can't get out of it, because everybody has free will. If this doesn't work for you, if it screws up your life, then you have the free will to abandon it, okay? You have the free will to disengage from it. But in this connection, this Devil's energy is, we are learning something. We had rejected each other. We did reject each other. This Devil's energy, how did it come about? It's because the Queen of Swords threw the sword down, and now we woke up. Okay, that's really the storyline. That's what happened with the Devil's energy. So we're like, wow, we're stuck, and we were confused. And we are confused still in the future, right? Like, how the heck are we stuck? How are we stuck to this? We're confused. Why can't I let this person go? In the future, that energy bleeds forward. So then what happens? But we balance it out through this moon in Libra. Justice again. Justice is happening in the 3D right now. In his 3D space with this Devil's energy. Remember, the Devil card was clarified by Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles. He's like, I want my queen. I'm stuck to my queen. I need to balance things out. I want to move towards her. That's, remember how it went down in 3D. So in the future, he's, you know, they're both kind of doing this. She's probably like, why can't I walk away from him too? And the Devil's energy, it was the Queen of Swords who rejected or who abandoned him, and that's where he woke up with this Hangman's energy in the 3D. That's what happened. So in the future, this energy is still there. We have this card of like, wow, is this a daydream? Is this an illusion? Is this confusion? Right? What happened? What's happening? But the scales get balanced out. And then we have this burden. Now we're like, wow, there's this burden. There's like, we're carrying all these wands. How am I going to get to the castle? I said, what's this burden about? Two cards flew out together. The Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, He's the emperor, right? Our divine masculine's the emperor. She is the 3D queen who's been enlightened. Do you see how her crown, her third eye is open? This is our enlightened queen, our high priestess, who's now in the 3D for this connection. I said, okay, we have a couple now that's a burden. So clearly there's a burden. This couple is burdened by what? Lovers. We got the lovers card, and we get the devil and the lovers in the future too. And so they're knowing, they know now that they're very much connected. They're very much connected. And it's a little heavy. It's a little heavy to feel that. So then what happens? When they realize it, wishes come true. But I said, this could be an individual wish. What is this wish? 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups. This is how they flew out, man. 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups. The wish is union. The wish is reunion. That's what they want in the future. What happens? King of Wands. We started with the King of Wands. In his overall energy is the theme to what he's feeling in his head, heart, and 3D space. He's the King of Wands with the devil's energy too. So what we get is we become passionate. We take leadership. But I said, I still need more. What does this King of Wands do? Truth. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is here in his overall energy. Knight of Swords is also in the current connection. And the Knight of Swords is here somewhere as well in his connective energy. So the King of Wands comes forward with the truth to the High Priestess to manifest something. Magician again. He becomes the Magician again. It's already showing up for him in his heart space to be this King of Pentacles, which is a match to our 3D Queen, who is awake. All right, that's how the story goes today. All right, I mean, that's a lot, guys. 56 minutes. All right, hope this resonated. If you guys want your own personal reading, go to queenoflight1111.com and go ahead and purchase your reading, and I will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. As a reminder, Laura and I have our 2B1 series that is kicking off on Saturday in San Francisco, and we have 2 dates in April in LA and in San Diego. And if you want to purchase tickets to those, queenoflight1111.com. Have a great, great weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.